Alrighty guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Now today's video is a bit different to our usual content, but we've actually got a car from the guys at Queensland Luxury Car Rentals. We've got an AMG GT for the weekend. I thought what better to do than to film an actual car review and breakdown, general run over on a GT. Now it is something I want to own at some point. I did have a C63 at one point. It was stage 3, I believe, upgraded turbos, downpipe tune, and made about 700 of the wheel. And I'm super stoked to get behind the wheel, of this thing and actually give it a bit of a crack, give it a bit of a rundown. But yeah, as you can see, they got quite the collection here at this stage. They got the C63, they got Mustangs, they got Lamborghinis, they got Ferraris, they got GTs, GT3 RSs, I should say, not GTs. But yeah, I guess we'll take a bit of a tour of the shop and give you guys a bit of a rundown on Queensland Luxury Cars and what they have to offer.
Send me a text, don't answer her call. She love when I flex and shopping her mall. Relieving her stress, I beat down her walls. She skied on her chest, she kissing my balls. We speedy in the bed, don't stop at the laws. BB's on my neck, I shine in the dog. It's easy to slip, don't want you to fall. Walking with a drip, that make a ball.
Off camera, I already got my hair cut, but this is actually where I go every single week to get my hair cut. My bro Jackson is the man. Now there's playing music, so I might have to mute this for a sec. Oh, and it's long. Fuck! We got the key. Wow, didn't see you guys there. Anyway, as I said before, this is where I get my hair cut every single week by Jackson. Now, you guys can book in here. You don't actually just have to rent a car to get your hair cut, but yeah, they got plenty of availability. Make sure to flick them a DM on Instagram, and then you can actually book in and get your hair cut. But the barbershop's mad. Gives you an overall view at the floor of the shop. You can see they got the STO over the back, the Mustang in the front here too. But yeah, it's actually a really sick setup. They got all your products up on the wall, and again, plenty of space for bookings. That's tough. So I've actually been in nearly all the cars here, and I can say they're all fucking sick. The STO in front of us is absolutely nuts. My mate took me for a rip in it a couple weeks ago actually, and the thing is absolutely insane. Very quick car, very cool car too. It's like one of those things, it's like I think they call it the SVJ of the Huracan. Like, you know, you got the Aventadors and you got the SVJ. I'm pretty sure that's what the whole STO is, or was kind of based to be. Again, I don't know my Lamborghinis too well. As you already know, I'm all Holdens and Ford Falcons and Commodores, but yeah, very cool car, very, very cool car. So, the AMG GT is actually one of my dream cars, or cars I want to own at some point. And I thought, what better way to get a feel for one than to come drive one? So, it's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take it up through Hinds Dam, go up through the mountains, get a couple cool shots, some driving, and actually give it a bit of a feel, get behind the wheel, and I guess give my overall thoughts on how it handles, comparing it to my C63, but in general, comparing it to other cars. I like that one. So without further ado, let's get stuck straight in.
Send me a text, don't answer her call. She love when I flex and shopping her mall. Relieving her stress, I beat down her walls. She skied on her chest, she kissing my balls. We speedy in the bed, don't stop at the laws. BB's on my neck, I shine in the dog.
Alrighty, we've pulled out. I guess you could say this thing's a must-have. Anywho, enough dad jokes. Yeah, we're gonna take this out to Hinds Dam, give it a bit of a rip. And already I'm loving the thing. The interior is absolutely insane. I don't know, Mercedes just nail their cars. Everyone talks about BMW, this, that, but you can't beat an AMG interior. It's just insane. All the lighting, all the way the dash is laid out, all the buttons are just better. Like, I don't know, I've driven a couple M3s, I've driven a couple BMWs in general, and I just feel like Mercedes just shits on BMW in general. Again, if you own a BMW, no offense, but yeah, I guess we'll give this thing a bit of a rundown. We'll run over a few of the buttons, a bit of the dials. I guess just kind of use everything and show you guys what's actually inside one of these cars. But yeah, super stoked to be in one and actually get to drive one too. So straight off the bat, steering wheel is, again, comparing it to my AMG that I had, this is I guess the Series 2 or the newer version. So mine was actually a 2017. I had the analog dash. This is all digital dash. So I'm still kind of learning what's what, but it looks so much better. The steering wheel with all the dials and buttons, pop it over into sport, pop it into race. You got your other dynamic buttons on the side here for your wing or your general traction control too. All your settings for infotainment, changing songs, your, what's it as well, cruise control too. All those buttons is on the steering wheel. Your standard paddles behind, indicators on the left, being European, It's one thing I need to get used to. But yeah, a lot of the buttons are all in the center here. So as you can see, you've got your exhaust, your wing, you've got your stop start at a traffic light, general audio, so for your music, you got your gearing over here too, so whether it's automatic or manual, if you want it to be manual, you can use just the pads alone, paddles, sorry. You got your suspension and you got traction control too. So as you know, we're in sports, it's just standard traction off. No, I'm not gonna do anything, I promise. But yeah, you got your infotainment up the top here. It does have Apple CarPlay when you plug in. Again, Apple CarPlay and Waze is a must, especially in a car like this, something that's very quick off the lights. Again, cockpit is absolutely beautiful. Alcantara roof, very nice. Carbon fiber pieces here and there, carbon fiber center, carbon fiber at the top. And yeah, the steering wheel is really nice, firm. Again, all the buttons, one thing I find with a lot of luxury cars is it's really cheap on the inside. Although it's a luxury car, a lot of the buttons are really dicky and tacky. Whereas like all of these dials, the way they click, just small things like that just adds to, I guess, the experience and I guess the vibe of the AMG, or I guess that's what they're really trying to target, is that luxury audience and separate themselves from the rest. So yeah, we've got a little bit of a drive ahead. We'll get some B-roll. Once we're out there, we'll do a couple flybys, bit of a rip, and I guess a full walk around on the outside, detailing what one of these actually looks like and try and highlight a few things for you. So let's cut straight into that.
Easy this look, don't want you to fall. Walking with that drip, that make a ball. Shoot your shit up like I accurate aim. Hold up a few mil, now I'm back like I came. That boy said my name, my wing got me so strange. You know I don't crash, I just stay in my lane. Please don't come over, cause we not the same. Go on and no give me game money for fame. I trap for a living and been had a name. Work hard for these clothes, cars and watches and chains. Oh man, bro, what's got umbrellas, just whip for the rain. These folk done fucked up, let me slip in the game. This bitch let me fuck, this shit went to her brain. She know I'm a beast and ain't easy.
Alrighty guys, we've made it out to the spot. Now it's super scenic little dam here up in Hinds Dam back in the rain. As you can see, we got the GT in front of us. I just wanted to give a bit of a rundown on the outside of one of these things too. So first off, you'll notice the super long front. Now, Mercedes are super infamous for actually doing a long nose front body with the SLR and the SLK, and now with the GT2, featuring the AMG GT style grille, very common across the whole AMG range. Walking around the front, you've got the dynamic headlights, again, which are all individualized. So they actually move separately to each other. You've got the big front brakes. So they've actually got a 15-inch rotor, a 6-piston caliper, and actually internally cooled too. Walking around to the rear brakes, while we're on the same topic, it's actually a 14-inch rear rotor and a 4-pot caliper on the rear there too. Super long door, super long front end. You'll notice on the rear, it's very short. Now this adds to the aerodynamics, and you do have an active aero rear wing. You got your LED rear tail lights and your AMG style rear exhaust tips too. Now this style exhaust tip is across a lot of them. I guess the whole 2016, I want to say, to the 2021 kind of range, all share very similar style. Rear ends and exhaust tips. The GTC factory badging, and you've got these I guess kind of aerodynamic looking vents in the rear too. Now the rear on these things is super thick, super fat, and I absolutely love it. And again, we might pop all this open, fully open all the doors up, and give you a full walk around on the inside too. To give you guys a bit more of a look on the inside of one of these things, obviously you saw it just before, but you can kind of pan out now and see all the dials, all the gauges in all their glory. All the vents in the top, you got your 4 vents in the center, 1 each side. You got all your buttons down the side here for your park and also to open the trunk. Your AMG styled seats, again, these are actually identical to what were in my C63, and I think it's the same across all the boards. Again, in the center here, you got your little glove box, and you got another little compartment in the center there for all your charging cables too. Carbon in the center. You got your gear selector just in the center there too. It's not really a gear knob. You kind of just pull back and push forward on it. And then you got your touchpad to control the center screen there too. So I think the way they designed this, they made it so it's still super sleek and low, but it's still super comfortable and easy to access everything. So when I was in the Huracan, it was a bit weird because of the way the interior is designed. Reaching stuff was a bit awkward, and it was super low and kind of uncomfortable. You wouldn't really want to sit in it for a long drive, let's say from Gold Coast to Sydney for 9 hours. But I feel like in something like this, you probably could do it without any issues. Now, this being a front engine car, I often wondered how the rear actually looked or how much you could actually fit. It's actually got quite a bit of room, more than what I was actually thinking. We've got all our camera gear in it at the moment, so do excuse that, but it's got quite a bit of room. You've got your top tarp to cover everything up. But yeah, super huge rear door, I guess you could say. But yeah, we'll shut this thing down. We've got the doors all open. We'll pop the bonnet open too and give you a bit of a look underneath the long nose bonnet. Alrighty, so as I mentioned before, it does have the 4-litre V8 twin turbo. Now it's the same engine as the C63, but you'll notice there's a lot more in the front here too. I might do a bit more research to see what actually is kind of stuck underneath of this, but you got the engine all the way back. It is front engine, but it's kind of almost in the middle of the car. Again, the 2 twin turbos at the top, absolutely insane. Alrighty, so we're going to do a bit of a startup and I guess noise comparison between both comfort and also in race mode, both on startup and a couple revs. So we'll just turn it on for the moment, get this thing all turned back up. So as you can see, we're in comfort here on the little dial. You can hear the whole car's turning back on. But yeah, I guess we'll do a startup in comfort, see how it sounds, turn it back off, put it in sports, start up again, see how they compare, and then we'll do a couple revs as well. Well, I guess that's a brief rundown. It might look super funny right now, but there's actually like bushfires happening right next to us. Anyway, we're wrapping the video up there. This is definitely a car I need to own. To sum it up, the GTC is an amazing all-rounder, something I thoroughly enjoy and thoroughly like. But yeah, guys, big shout to Queensland Luxury Car Rentals for hooking us up for the weekend with the GTC. Make sure to go check them out on Instagram and go check their catalogue out. They've got a wide range of cars available, from Lamborghinis, Uruses, Huracans, AMGs, literally everything. Even down to smaller SUVs like your Audi Q5, stuff like that. They've got lots available. Make sure to flick them a DM, secure a booking, go take something for a test drive. And if you do like this type of content, I'm thinking about starting a new series and doing a bit more car reviews. I guess stepping away from just my own builds, doing a bit more content. So if you do like this type of content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.